The Big Fight, sponsored by 666bet.com.
Imperial War Museum. It's a great privilege to be putting a press conference on here for what I believe is the best show involving our domestic fighters that we've seen for a long, long time. The main event is for the European vacant British heavyweight title and the final eliminator for the WBO heavyweight championship of the world between the European champion DERECK CHISORA and Tyson Fury, who's a former British champion. We also have on the card Billy Joe Saunders against Chris Eubanks Jr., which is for the British, Commonwealth and European middleweight titles. Unfortunately, you know the old story, we've been there 10,000 times before. Chris Eubanks will not be here today, so I told Billy Joe it's pointless him showing up. He just didn't want to do it after doing the press conference on Monday, so they will have their head-to-head tomorrow. So apologies to everybody, but one day we'll get professional about this. We've also got here Frankie Gavin and Bradley Ski, who are both fighting for Frank's British title and the vacant Commonwealth welterweight title. Again, fantastic fight. Two of the best in the business at their weight division. And again, as I say, one of the really good fights we're looking forward to. Liam Walsh, the Commonwealth champion, undefeated. He's fighting for the British and Commonwealth title. And Gary Sykes, who is the British champion, unfortunately can't be here. He's had to, and I don't want to go into it, it was a personal thing, but the fight's okay, and he will be there on the night. Frank Buglioni's here. He's got a very tough fight against Andrew Robinson. That's for the vacant WBO European Super Middleweight title. And we've got many, many other fights on the card, which I think is going to be one of the best nights we've seen for a long, long time in British boxing. The fight is absolutely sold out. There is not a single ticket left. We can't even put any more seats in because there's a problem with the local authorities. So that's great that we've been able to do that. And we've done it without putting seats with the secondary market. The seats have gone through the proper legitimate agents, and so that people don't have to pay over the top for it. So we're absolutely delighted that it is a sellout, and the atmosphere is going to be fantastic. The fight's being broadcast, as you know, by live and exclusive by Box Nation here on Sky 437/HD 490 channel. Virgin 546 is on Talk 525, and it will be broadcast on radio by Talk Sport, who've been very helpful in helping to promote the show. The fight is this main event here is I think a very significant moment for British heavyweight boxing. The winner of this will be installed as #1 for the WBO. The winner of this will have to fight Klitschko, Vladimir Klitschko. He will be ordered after his fight in March to defend against the winner. So we have an opportunity of a Brit becoming world champion again. We've got two fine heavyweights here who I know are going to give more than all on the night to get that opportunity. And we work very hard behind the scenes to ensure that happens. So they've got all to go for. And it's the same with Billy Joe Saunders and Chris Eubanks. The winner of Komarov and Andy Lee has to fight the winner of that fight too. So it's two world title eliminators as well on the card. And that sets up some great fights in 2015 for the winner of those two fights. Frankie Gavin and Bradley Ski, the winner of that will get into the top 3 ranking in the world, so they've got it all to go for. And the winner of that, I will make sure gets a world title next year. Liam Walsh, if it wasn't for bad luck, he didn't have any, with the injuries that he's had over the last couple of years. Hopefully this fight will get him back on track and back where he should be, which is one of the best young fighters in the country, and re-establish himself and hopefully push him into a position where he'll fight for a world title next year. As I mentioned, Frank Buglioni's here, and we're looking to step him up as well this year. amongst all the other young fighters. But the heavyweight fight for me is very intriguing. It's been a situation where it has been, as we know, was delayed. The fight was delayed, and for various reasons, but it's on now. We've got it now. And on Saturday, these two guys will be in the ring, and they're going to give the fans what they want, which is going to be something extra special. Got on the table to my left, Peter Fury, who's Tyson's trainer, Mick Hennessy, who's promoter. We're co-promoting with on this event. And obviously, Derek next to me, and Don Charles, he's trainer. Down the front, we've got various guys you see on their name tags. Oh, Miss Lewis Petit, excuse me, Lewis, but he's there as well, defending his WBA International Super Bantamweight title against Santiago Gallardo. All the guys are here. I know you've got a stack of questions to ask, so please feel free to do so before I set his hands. Don't rush. All this trouble to get everyone together.
Tyson, you're looking very trim as we were remarking outside. You're going to be what, 16 stone, or what are you looking at?
Yeah, I'm looking to be around about the 16 stone mark, yeah. I've worked very hard for this fight, so we'll see.
Has you ever worked, would you say?
Definitely, yeah. Peter's put me through the paces, you know, get up all that weight.
Have you done anything extra special or different in training to lose that weight?
Yeah, I've been doing really extravagant things. He's been having me carrying him up the stairs every morning and every night after training exercise. He's been having me running around the park with him on my back. So it's been a hard training camp, really.
I've told you,
in the sand as well.
You should give that booze up.
Yeah.
Pulling logs or big time, like that?
Not really. I've been wrestling with my brothers and my cousin Huey there, big brother Shane, my little brother Huey. Even Mervyn, he's been having a go as well. A lot of wrestling up and down because Derek's going to be coming in, pushing me, shoving. So I've had plenty of exercise for that. So I'll be ready. That's about it, really.
Derek, have you got any objections to Tyson's luxurious growth? His beard?
I don't even know. Hey, it's the new look now anyway, so if my stuff could grow as fast as that, I would grow it, but I've been trying to grow this for the last 4 years and it's not been happening. I gave up, so it's like, it's a new look. I think everybody's doing it now. Everybody's doing it. Coogan's got it. If you got long beard, everybody has got it. Francis had it, we get it shut off. Well, it's a new look.
So it's not a problem for you in the fight if Tyson has it in the fight?
For me, I don't know what the rules are yet, but we'll see. When we get to the rules, maybe we'll sort that out.
Had the board not asked Tyson to shave the beard off?
I'll let Frank answer that.
They haven't asked me yet because we know what the rules are. I'm sure they will say it's got to come off. They do that to everybody's who has beards. That's what happens. We'll see what happens at the rules meeting tomorrow.
But that's not a problem for you, Tyson, is it, if you've got to take it off?
Maybe I can get a sponsorship from Gillette to shave the beard and the pubes at the same time. Video and put it on YouTube. So, it's out there. Anybody want to sponsor me for that? Contact Mick Hennessy.
What have you gone through, Tyson? I think it's 4 camps leading into one big fight in a sense. Obviously there was a stay tuned fight in the middle of that. What have you gone through mentally in that time? Because you've had to express yourself on Twitter at times, you got in trouble for that. What have you gone through mentally over the last year and a half with all these cancelled fights?
To be honest, when it comes to the mental side, I'm concrete. Nothing bothers me really. As long as I'm not dead, then it's a bonus, isn't it? Every day we wake up healthy and strong. Got to give thanks to God for that. But the cancellations of things, it's boxing. Things like that happen. People get injured. it's nothing I can do. It's out of my reach. But you know, stayed in camp and I worked hard. I worked hard for fights that didn't happen. So it was one of them things. Just waiting for the new dates, and the new dates are here and they've arrived. So looking forward to getting in there Saturday night, put on the show.
Thank you. Frank, what is the capacity of the arena? Is it over 10?
I think it's about 18 and a half.
So it's 18 and a half sold out?
Absolutely sold out. Can't get any more. One of the problems is because of the shape of the building. It's a rectangular building. So if you start putting seats in further back, it's a very poor site. That's where we are.
And when was the last time you can remember selling out a venue for a big heavyweight fight in London?
Well, it sold more than I think the last time we had a press conference as well, when Andy Harrison fought there, and I think we had about 15 of them there that night.
Is that Harrison and Williams?
Williams.
Frankie, how are you feeling over Saturday night?
I feel great, yeah, apart from the mad drive around London, it's on the way, yeah. Well, apart from that, yeah, I feel really good. Obviously I boxed 5 weeks ago, so weight was easy, I was on the weight all along, so I've been ticking over. This is the first fight, really, like proper sparring for an opponent. People similar to my opponent in size and what they do. So first I've really worked on my tactics this time, and my ability and my strengths, not just thinking about my opponents. I feel great.
Do you feel like the bundle defeats out your system then?
Yeah, it's out of the system long ago. It's one of the things. That's what it took the fight, really. But Bundu's proven to be European, if not world class. This is British class, really. And it's got me stepping down again, and I guarantee it's going to be a massive step up for him, something he's never faced, ever. He's going to be a big surprise.
Liam, could you run through the injuries that have held back your career a little?
Yeah, obviously I had the car crash when I got the balance fight. I've had minor hand injury and a bit of bad luck, timing with family and stuff with all my fights, but I'm fit, I'm ready to go now, and I really want to bang on and get back around moving. Like I say, I've been a bit unlucky, but I'm not going to about it. I just want to be fit and healthy. I'm 28 and that's still relatively young now. You see boxers are going on all that. Bernard Hopkins, for instance, in my apples, they're all going on to 37s, 40s, you know. I have every intention of still going at them sort of edges as well. So I'm a young 28 and I've now got no miles on the clock by the Appleby fight, and then I'm ready to go on.
Like foot to the floor, full steam ahead.
Yeah, there's no speed bumps there, just on it all the way.
And Frank, have you adapted to training with the Collins in Dublin? How's that gone?
Yes, it's been like a dream come true, to be honest. Coogan, really enjoying it over there, getting away from it all, focusing solely on the boxing, and just getting some top class sparring and coaching all the way. So I'm really looking forward to the fight night.
How much have you seen of Andrew Robinson?
I've seen a few of his fights. I've sat down with Steve and Pascal and watched them and studied them. So we've worked some combinations that we know are going to work. But all in all, my game as a whole has improved, and yeah, I'm looking forward to putting on a very clinical, devastating performance on Saturday.
When you went to Dublin, did you go there like for a couple of weeks at a time, or have you sort of been backwards and forwards? How's it worked out?
This time I've done 7 weeks, and
in one go.
Yeah, I come home for one weekend in between with the advice of Steve just to break it up. And the second time I went back, I was fresh and I went again. And yeah, this is the best shape I've been in my life. And yeah, I'm very excited for Saturday night.
Is that difficult to deal with, like socially or psychologically, you know, to do that, or have you got to cut yourself off?
To be honest, I've always liked boxing, but since being over there and just doing that, I've fallen in love with boxing. I can't get enough of it. So a lot of my friends and family have said, "Oh, do you not get lonely or bored?" But to be honest, boxing's the only thing on my mind. I eat, breathe, and sleep it. So yeah, I've had the time of my life out there, just training and growing and improving.
You couldn't have a better place to learn, because it's a fighting area, isn't it?
Yes, it's a great gym. It's like the European wild card. Obviously, Pascal's got the influences from America, Steve Collins. So they and there's a lot of hungry, determined fighters in there. And last week we had a lot of success come out of the gym. So it shows the training and hard work's paying off.
And you see the difference in you, what you've done in there.
Well, I'm in there taking the punches off all the boys. We're all competing against each other, and that's what's bringing us all on. It's a healthy competition, and it's vicious sparring. It's very good.
Bradley, biggest fight of your career, would you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely. Biggest fight today. Ready for it. Got made mandatory for a reason. I've had some good wins. It's my time to step up.
And everything's obviously gone well as expected for you?
Yeah, spot on. Great training camp, great sparring. Yeah, everything's going spot on.
Fight's also going to be shown live in the States on ESPN. So they'll be going out there. And next month you've got Mr. Byrne and Deontay Wilder fight. So again, there's another avenue for us to explore if we need to resolve that. There's a lot to go for this anyway, fight for these two.
Just a quick word with Lewis, great for you to be on this bill as well, great exposure for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's massive. Tickets been really easy to sell. Everyone wants to see the big fights, but all the other type fights could all top a bill, you'll go or something like that. So I mean, it's been amazing. It's got to be one of that amount of people. It's going to be good.
And a lot of them are like 50-50s, aren't they? You know, there's no kind of clear-cut winner.
I mean, other than watching Brad train, I keep changing my mind all the way through on who's going to win on all the fights in the bill. So it's one of them.
It's healthy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Peter, how would you say Tyson's coped with all the delays around this fight?
Just what he said, he's coped okay with it. He's ready, he's fired up. It's about being fired up for Saturday, that's what matters, and he will be. So he's in a good place, he's ready.
Commiserations about your loss, gentlemen. Are we through that? You know, we're okay with that now?
I appreciate that, Jeff, and yeah, we're all getting on with the job, and Tyson knows what he's got to do, and you know, hopefully get a good victory in his name. That's it.
Derek and Tyson, we know we're in the Imperial War Museum. Perhaps we came here today expecting a war between you, but obviously you're both very quiet today. Do you feel like all the trash talking's been done now, and there's not much more you want to say to each other, or is there more that you want to say to each other right now? Tyson?
You know, I've had maybe 5 or 6 press conferences for this fight. I've done talking, I've done no talking, I've done everything really. I don't think it needs to be sold anymore. Like Frank said, all the tickets have gone, so we don't really have to do much more selling or more killing each other at press conferences or whatever we want to do. But, you know, it is what it is. It's a good fight. We don't need to sell this fight really. I will agree with Frank on what he said about this being the best build. I believe it's the best build we've had all year, if not for a few years. Because like you said, the fights are 50-50 fights, and we've got real fights on. It's not like a 90% 10, 90-10 split. This is a really 50-50 event, and anybody can come victorious on the night from all the fights.
You're really giving him 50-50 against you then, are you?
Well, he's got a pair of gloves on and he's got 2 arms like I have, so it's a 50-50 really.
Derek?
I can't say anything else. He answered all the questions right.
Thank you.
It's very generous of you.
Perfect job. We're in the War Museum because Saturday, when it counts, all the talking is to say it's all over, it's all done. Final press conference, weigh-in tomorrow. But on Saturday, it is what it is. It's war. It will be a war of attrition for all these guys because they're all important fights. They're all meaningful fights. They all lead to a bigger picture or a bigger opportunity for all the guys on here. And I can assure you, everybody's caught up in the atmosphere of this. You know, the atmosphere on the night's going to be tremendous. Every one of these fighters have sold a lot of tickets between them. So their fan base is going to be very vocal. And young Mitchell Smith, who's not here, he's sold nearly 1,500 tickets himself. That's like selling your call out on his own. So you can imagine what it's going to be like. All these, you know, the fans, the banter between them and so forth. The atmosphere is going to be electric, absolutely electric. Horlicks won't be sponsoring this one. This is a proper fight. They've done their best to knock us out of business, putting that pay-per-view rubbish on last week, take money out of the market. We all know what the method was in that madness. But here we are, sold out, and the fans want it. They want to see these fights. They want to see these events. And they're going to get something extra special on the night.
Would you say then, in a strange way, the fact that it's been delayed, obviously it was a nightmare at the time when an event gets delayed with injuries and so on, but that you actually had the perfect storm leading into this?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't like delayed fights because it's not good for either of the guys. And you know, whatever way you want to look at it, through through Derek's injury and the terrible tragedy that Tyson's family suffered and their bereavement, it just wasn't meant to be, unfortunately, on that thing. But I've always felt, as much as we were, the last show was in Manchester, I always felt this was a London fight. It was a fight for the capital, and that's what it's wound up being. So here we are in the capital with a capital promotion. You know, this is. You know, I'm a fight fan as well as promoting and managing. I am a fight fan, and these are the fights that excite you. These are the ones that you want to see. Cab drivers, you know, you're in the back of a cab. Who do you fancy? I fancy this one. You know, and everyone's got a reason why they fancy someone to win a fight. And as Tyson said, you know, they're 50-50 fights. Everyone, you know, you look down the card, people think there's a weakness there. You know, with this guy, this one's got a weakness. But the bottom line is, they're fights that people are talking about. It is a fight card, a real fight card with a real fight fans.
Tyson, what's your thoughts on the Saunders and Eubank fight?
I think it's a really good fight again. It's a fight where we've got one fella who's had some easy knockouts and whatever along the way, but we don't know how really good he is because he's never really been stepped up. And on the other hand, you've got Billy Joe, who's been tested and tried time and time again against undefeated fighters and good class fighters who's gone on and done big things. So I think if Billy can stick to his boxing, he wins. If he gets drawn into a fight, and it's a who lands first type of a fight.
And I agree with that. You know, it's an intriguing fight. You know, he said it on the press conference on Monday. Billy Joe Saunders, British European Commonwealth champion, done it all the hard way. Olympian, you know, 18 years of age going to the Olympic Games, got tremendous pedigree, done everything that's been asked of him, and steps up when he's in a fight that's a real meaningful fight. And this is a meaningful fight for various reasons. And there's, you know, as you said, Christian Eubanks Jr., and I've made his last 4 or 5 fights. We know what the opposition's been. It's not nowhere near the opposition that Bill's put fight now. But you hear some fantastic things about him in the gym. You know, he sparred with Frock, and many other fighters, George Groves and so forth. And the stories I get back is that he's done very well against them all. In some occasions, look, you know, come out on top in the sparring. But that's sparring. That's the gym. This is real getting down on it on Saturday night. So we'll see. You know, whether they come from fighting backgrounds, both of them. You know, Billy Joe's grandfather was a bare knuckle champion. We all know that Chris Eubanks Jr. is who his dad was. Just wish that he'd passed on a bit more. It would have been like showing up at press conferences to help us help these stories. But it's you know, it's a very, very intriguing fight. So all the way down.
Last, Don, how would you assess Derek's physical, mental condition leading up to one of his biggest, with the exception of Klitschko's biggest fights of his career? Then?
Yeah, it's very good. It's where it should be, and yeah, that's it.
Happy, satisfied, relaxed?
More than happy. You know, we don't turn up like this. We're very chilled.
It looks like he's going to a dance after.
Strictly come fighting.
Looks the business.
For 2 days. It's all happening, you know. We've got our guys down there. We're excited. You know, myself and the big man up here ready to rock and roll. You know, ain't no about I hate him, I don't want him. You know, it's not like that. For us, for me, I know personally, when we glove up, it's fight time. You know, and I speak for every fighter I will say in this program right now. When it's time to rock and roll, we're gonna rock and roll. And if you live there disappointed by the fights, I don't know what you're doing, but I know for a fact we come to fight.
Tyson and Derek, you guys had a bet at the cinema in the last build-up. Is that still counting, or is that forgotten about?
Man, I don't know what you're trying to get us into trouble. You guys already popped up 15 large, man. You're trying to get us into trouble. We don't want to get into trouble no more.
No more trouble.
You know, it's the board is getting rich off us now.
What time will the main fight come on, Frank?
Approximately 11 o'clock. But it depends if the others go short. There is a running order. I hope it's the press pack, but if not, Richard will hand that out tomorrow, Wayne, or email it to all you guys later today. But,
What time does the show start?
Sorry?
What time does the show start?
Unfortunately, it starts quite early. I think it's about 4 o'clock. We show fights on because we postponed the other show. It means we had to beef it up a bit. So it's going to be a long afternoon at 4 o'clock.
What time's the first TV show?
Sorry?
What time's the first TV show?
TV starts very, very early. It's on around 6 o'clock or something like that. So,
How many fights on the bill?
sorry?
How many fights?
13.
13. Well, that sounds lucky.
So we might actually encourage you down there. We just shut the bill started around 2 o'clock.
The last one on, the last guy on, we're going to give him the keys to lock up. So that's a fantastic night. I want to also thank our sponsors, Rain of Steel, Coral. If you want to bet, look at the odds with Corals, the generous odds there. Man Up, Jim Webb, and JD Sports. But please, if you can, we'd appreciate if you can let your readers know that they can subscribe with the details that we've got there regarding Box Nation. Much appreciated. Do we have any more questions, or you?
Frank, sorry, Frank.
Yeah,
when did the Eubanks let you know that they were not going to show up today?
I think it was yesterday.
What was their reasoning?
Because they've done a press conference, and that's I'm past all that. I kept on like that. I'm one as much hair as you talking about. That's my head. So we are where we are with that. They'll be together tomorrow. There's no avoiding tomorrow. I just want to emphasise, Billy would have been here, as he's been for all the press conferences. So he's, he is what he is. He's a proper professional like the rest of the guys. Yep. Are there any more questions? Are you all done? Yeah. Lovely. Thanks very much for joining us. Wayne's tomorrow, and we look forward to seeing you on Saturday.
Sponsored by 666bet.com.